The last time my parents gave me anything in front of my sister, it was wrapped in crinkled aluminum foil. My mother handed her a thick envelope first. My father stood behind them both, watching me. Inside the envelope were brochures, Alaska, glaciers and glassy water and balcony rooms. $18,500. My sister cried. My mother cried. My father patted her shoulder and said she deserved it. After the divorce, after the kids, after everything. Then they turned to me. My mother held out the foil ball, smiling. The kind of smile that expects you to smile back. Something small, she said. But you always like the lottery. I unwrapped it. A scratch-off ticket. $2. My sister laughed into her hand. My father said, "Hey, you never know." My mother kissed my cheek and whispered that she wished she could do more, but they'd already spent so much on the cruise, and I understood, didn't I? I was the stable one, the one who didn't need things. I scratched the ticket in their kitchen while they talked about departure dates. I didn't tell them what it said. I folded it into my pocket and said thanks and drove home. I sat in my driveway for 20 minutes with the engine off, $100 million. The first thing I felt was not joy. It was a kind of hollow confirmation, like being reminded that the universe also finds you amusing. I didn't call them. I didn't call anyone. I sat with it for 3 weeks. Lawyers, financial people. The quiet work of becoming someone else on paper while staying exactly the same in person. I bought nothing visible. I changed nothing about my life. I just waited. Then my mother called. They had a problem. A small problem, she said, nothing serious, but the mortgage, they'd fallen behind somehow, a few payments, and the bank was being difficult, and they just needed a little help to get caught up, just temporarily, and they knew I had savings, and I was always so responsible with money, and it would only be for a month or two. I asked how much. She told me. I said I'd think about it. The next morning, I drove to their bank, not my bank. Theirs. I sat with a loan officer and asked about the mortgage on my parents' house. She pulled it up. I asked what it would take to buy it. She explained the process. I told her to start it. It took 6 weeks. During those weeks, my mother called 3 more times. I said I was still thinking. My father called once. He sounded different, tired. He said they'd gotten a notice. Something about the mortgage being transferred. He didn't understand it. Did I know anything? I said no. The eviction notice arrived on a Tuesday. My mother called screaming. My father got on the phone. They didn't understand. They'd never missed that many payments. The bank had been working with them. How could this happen? Who sells a mortgage without warning? I listened. Then I said, I bought it. Silence. I buy your mortgage. I said, I own your house and I want you out. My mother started crying. Not the happy crying from the cruise. The other kind. The kind that sounds like something breaking. My father got back on the phone. His voice was low. He said my name like a question. I didn't answer it. I hung up. I didn't go to the eviction. I hired someone for that. But I drove past on the day, parked across the street, watched from a distance. They came out with boxes. My sister was there, yelling at someone in a vest. My mother stood on the lawn, clutching a lamp, looking small. My father loaded a truck. He looked old, older than I remembered. He stopped once and stared at nothing, then kept loading. I sat in my car until they drove away. Then I went home. People asked if it felt good, if I felt vindicated. If the memory of their faces gave me satisfaction, it didn't. It felt like finishing something that should never have started. It felt like the end of a story I didn't choose to be in. It felt like sitting in my driveway with the engine off, holding a $2 ticket worth $100 million, knowing I would never be the person they expected me to be again. I still have the foil. I don't know why.